Alright, hello my geometry kiddos. Today we're going to go ahead and talk about Skills 2 Level 1 notes, where we're going to go ahead and compute the area of rectangles. Okay, so last Skills 1, we just talked about calculating the perimeter of different shapes, right? We saw that, okay, if we're finding, right, the perimeter of, in this case it was a square, right, you're just going to go ahead and add up all your sides, or you can also do 4 times however much that side was, and that would give you the perimeter. A little bit different with area. We're going to go ahead and see we are only going to be doing multiplication in this case. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the area of specifically rectangles. So when we're looking at a rectangle, you guys all know this, right? We see that there's different sides of a rectangle, so I'm going to go ahead and start with labeling our words when we're talking about the rectangle. So here we're talking about the base of our rectangle, right? And going along with that, with the base, we're going to have the height of a rectangle. So when we're trying to calculate the area of a rectangle, there is a specific formula that we are going to use. Okay, so here we can look at it to find the area. We're going to say our area is equal to the base, whatever that measurement is, multiplied by the height of our rectangle. And then if we were to go ahead and abbreviate this even more, right, it's just going to see, you're going to see this all the time, A is equal to base B times H for height. Okay. And with perimeter, we saw that in our units, right, if I was looking at number 3, our units was feet, right? We saw that it's just feet. However, when we're doing area, our units are going to be a little bit different. You're going to have units squared, okay? Or you might see centimeters squared, inches squared, feet squared, okay? So when we are labeling the area, we always need that squared, okay? All right, let's go ahead and dive into some examples. So examples, it says find the area of the following rectangles. It's the same exact thing. I'm going to go ahead and just basically copy and paste this formula for every problem that we are solving. Okay, so for the first one, we're dealing with A is equal to base times height. The base of this rectangle is the 6 meters. The height is the 3 meters. So then in my calculator, or you can also just use your awesome brains using the mental math, right? Our base, which is 6, times the height, which is 3, and that gives us 18, right? So your area is going to be 18. You need your units. And what's different now this time, we talked about up here, is that we have meters squared. And that's your answer. 18 meters squared. Okay. Number 2 is the same exact thing. The only difference that we see is that we're dealing with an expression, right? We see the 2x plus 7. Nowhere in this problem of example 2 does it tell us what x is, so we are just going to leave it with the 2x plus 7. Same exact thing, I'm going to go ahead and say A is equal to the base times the height. My base is the 2x plus 7. My height is the 6. So then I'm going to say I'm going to put this in parentheses, 2x plus 7 multiplied by 6. And what happens whenever we see an outside number with parentheses? Does anybody remember? All right, if you guessed it right, we're going to go ahead and distribute, right? We have to multiply the 6 by everything in those parentheses. So I could do 6 times 2x. That gives me 12x. Then I have 6 times a positive 7. That gives me a 42. Right? In this case, it doesn't tell us if it's feet, inches, yards, right? We're going to go ahead and leave it as 12x plus 42. And I have units squared. And that is our answer. Okay? Go ahead and try number 3. right? It says this is a square, and it's asking us to find its area. What do we know about the properties of a square? What do you guys know about them? Right, we know that they have all equal sides. We know that. And then the angles are all going to be 90-degree angles. Right? So that means that if this is 6, then this must be 6, this must be 6, this must be 6. Again, go ahead and write the formula. A is equal to base times height. The base is going to be 6. The height is also going to be 6. 6 times 6, we get 36. Again, we don't know what the unit is, so I'm going to say units, and we need squared. Units squared. All right, that's it for our notes today.